Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Because I'm moving, I have my sewing machine packed up and I can't really do a sewing video. What I'm going to try is to do some embroidery. I've never really done embroidery before. I usually stick to sewing and doodling, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try. So here's my idea. My idea is to do a super small embroidery hoop, and it's going to have kind of like this. This is essentially what I want it to look like when it's done. Obviously it's a little hard to see. I did it on my recycled paper / homemade paper, but I wanted to have a cactus. I wanted to have a foreground, mountains, and a sun, just to sort of represent the Arizona landscape. I'm getting a phone call. I don't want that. Okay, we're all good. I'll just be using these colors. I thought they looked really pretty. I already got started. So as you can see, I have a cactus and we're gonna have some mountains in the background, a sun, and then a blue sky. So we'll see how it turns out, and I'll take you guys along with me just so you can see the progress and the finished product, like when I'm all done. So let's do it. I don't really know too much about embroidery other than I think it looks really cool when it's done well. And being that we're moving soon, I don't have my machine out. I actually already kind of packed it away. I'll probably pull it out because it gives me something to do when the boys are napping. And I really like working on projects. It just really helps me relax. But I did a Christmas sock. What's that called? A stocking. I did a stocking last year or the year before for my son, and it turned out really well, and I got a lot of help from my aunt, who during our move you will probably be seeing more of, because she actually lives in New Jersey, which is where I'm going to be moving to. And she kind of like helped me learn a little bit, but I still don't know like too much of the stitches. So if you guys have any good YouTubers here that can, or resources that can give me a hand in like learning the stitches, that would be awesome. I got stuck again. But I'm kind of just going for it. So I think I have my cactus done. I'm pretty pleased with the way that it turned out. I don't think it's perfect. I'm pretty sure there's stuff I could do to make it better, but I actually kind of like it. I kind of like that it's not all even right here. I gotta figure out what stitches I could do to like make that a little bit rounder, and I kind of messed up right here, but that's okay. Next, we're going to be working on the foreground and then the mountains. I want to make them a bunch of different colors. I have this color for the foreground, and then I was just thinking of doing the mountains, different shades of like purple, orange, and then for like the further mountains, doing like this color. So we'll see.
For this foreground, I want to make long sweeping lines. I saw a technique where you can tack stitch, but I'm not quite sure how to do it. I kind of want it to be upwards. I don't think I should make these as long, but we're gonna try it, and we're gonna try and see what happens with these tack stitches. This is a mess. In doing the foreground, I kind of realized how hard it was to make these lines even. They're really long. So I think for my next embroidery hoop, I would definitely figure out what stitch I could do that would give me good coverage, but not be as long. This is how the foreground turned out. I'm not too pleased with the result. It's a little patchy. I think the stitches are just way too long. But now we gotta move on to the mountains. So I'm using this purple for my first set of mountains, and I want it to just go back and forth, back and forth. Pretty sure this is called the satin stitch. The purple that I'm using here is variegated, so it has different hues of purple in it. So it'll go from lighter to darker, and I'm thinking that it'll look pretty good for this first set of mountains. I did mess up quite a bit here, so it's a good thing that I wasn't too far in. So we'll just re-knot and try again. This might be the best place to say it. If you haven't already done so and you're liking the progress of this video, make sure to hit that subscribe and like button. I got tangled quite a bit starting out the purple mountains, so for next time I'm probably just going to make my threads shorter to begin with. Look at how long they are. Crazy. This first set of mountains definitely took a lot longer than I thought it would, but we're just chugging along. My boys took quite a long nap this day, so I was able to get quite a bit of it done. Once I finished up the purple mountains, I moved on to the back mountains. I did these in a sort of black gray variegated thread. I completely forgot about the orange color that I was going to use. So we're looking at black and purple mountains for this embroidery hoop. For this back set of mountains, I didn't want it to follow the line of the first mountains, so we're kind of like going up and then hiding a little bit and then coming back out the other side. I finished up the back mountains and started on my sun and called it a day for day one. Day two. This is the progress that we made for day one. As you can see, I was able to get some of the sun done, maybe like half of it. So today we're just continuing with that, and then we'll see how far we get. For the sun, I am using that yellow variegated thread. So it's going to range from like a darker yellow to a super pale yellow. I'm using the same stitch that I used for the mountains for the sun, but I'm thinking that I might be going a little crooked on my sun. It's just not as round as it could be. And this is it for day 2. I did have to add a bunch of stitches towards the end of the sun in order to make it a little bit rounder. I'm not a huge fan in the way it turned out, but next time I'll be able to do it a little bit better.
Day 3 of working on our embroidery hoop.
Today, all we did was work on the sky. Once again, using that variegated thread. This one is the blue one. I think it just gives it a really pretty look. And it's also what I had on hand. So that's what we're using. We're in the home stretch. We're so close to being done. And this is the finished piece. Overall, I am pretty happy with how it turned out, but there's definitely stuff I could improve on, especially with the sun and the foreground. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. We'll see you next time.